been a record breaker, taking credit as an educator. I've been known to spit the flows and make it shaky, shaky thing. Poppin', lockin', stoppin', let it hang. Watch us as we drop this hip hop, it's like it stings. We make the whole room drop and everybody sing. We want the funk. We gotta have that funk. We kick it old school. We think we're so cool. We take it back to the past. We go and act a fool.
Hello, welcome to Sports Buzz, a fanatical view. I am your host, Scott D. Lewis, here live in studio, Comcast Cable, Channel 23, downtown Denver, Connecticut, on this December 5th. Oh boy, December.
We had snow already.
Snow, freezing rain, bitter wind chills. I was driving in all of it on the way back from Thanksgiving. Fantastic. But welcome to the middle of winter, and it's not even, it's the first
we're
week
not
of
even toward the holiday yet.
It's freezing out. Oh, look at that. We got to fix the date there. As I say it, the date goes. It's like magic. I think it happens on the screen. We're running way behind schedule today. Let's say hello to my right-hand man, Mr. Bob Rod Jr.
Hi, Scott.
You know what I just realized, Bob?
What's that?
With this new setup, looks a little dark over there. We didn't really have time to set that camera. Might not work.
What's that?
But even though it looks dark on the camera, it looks bright from here.
Yeah.
I can see you guys way too well. I liked it better when it was dark behind the cameras and I couldn't really see you. Now I have to see you guys.
Okay.
So, happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays. Yeah, that's the easiest way to say it.
Bob's show Spotlight on Tuesday nights at 9, Wednesdays at 12. Oh, much better.
Yeah.
Look at they got the camera looking good.
Oh.
We still got to figure out a way to get Mike in the shot. We'll work on that after, maybe for the Christmas show.
Yeah, we'll just gotta have one camera you and two on us.
We gotta get the new seating arrangement. But
yeah.
Mike, the Met Maniac Jet Fanatic is here. How you doing there, Mike?
I'm doing okay, Scott.
Nice to see you. It's working out well with the new schedule.
Yeah.
So much for that 5-game winning streak possibility.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap.
But in the good news, I didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
The Mets being sold?
Yes. Hopefully within the next 3 to 5 years.
I would like to see that happen in the next 3 to 5 months if I were you guys.
We would like to see that
Absolutely.
too, but I don't think that'll happen exactly that quick. Besides, then we could actually have players that will want to play, not maybe spend some more better fannies in the seats.
That's like kind of out of nowhere, it seems like.
Yeah.
So he's a billionaire from Connecticut who has a share of the team already.
Yes.
And his share is just going to increase, and eventually he'll become the primary owner.
Probably the major owner.
Yeah.
Majority owner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I would think, good news. The phone number there, 203-792-4101. We'll see if Strange Man calls this week. And
can I tell you something
you get in quick, Bob, before Strange Man
quick.
takes over, because then I got a lot of stuff to get to.
Okay. First of all, on Saturday is December 7th. So we have the ceremony down at War Memorial.
For Pearl Harbor?
For Pearl Harbor.
Are you watching that? I think I talked about it here a couple weeks ago, the great events of World War II on Netflix.
Yes.
Oh, man, really good.
I know.
DJ's the next one up for me.
Watch.
The Battle of Stalingrad. Holy cow. Really good. Pearl Harbor was in episode 2.
Next week, of course, we won't be here next week, but we have the Nutcracker. Jen will be doing 2 parts.
Oh, she'll be recovered.
Hopefully she'll be recovered. We had a scary yesterday after she fell down the stairs, and I'm still got to go to the doctor's tomorrow and see some more stuff on that.
We wish her speedy recovery and, of course, well on the stage. How many years now? 4 years? Is this her 4th year?
5th year.
Wow.
She's supposed to be a battle mouse leader and a Russian gymnast. So.
All right.
And the Music Center is sponsoring it. It's the 13th, 14th, and 15th for next week.
Okay.
What else? We got the American Legion is going to have a dinner dance on the 21st of
on
this
Triangle
month.
Street?
Yes, on Triangle Street. And the Danbury Volunteer Fire Department is doing a correspondent with a toy drive over at Five Below every Friday night for the next 3 Fridays.
Oh, Five Below.
And this is all for Family and Children's Aid. And then we give all the toys to them on the Saturday before Christmas.
Next 3 Fridays at
Yes.
Five Below.
Yes.
Where is that?
It's over there in Nutmeg, the
Nutmeg Shopping Center?
Yeah.
The old...
Where Xfinity is. Where used to be Toys R Us.
That's the Toys R Us one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Christmas tree shop is
Yeah.
over there. All right. I wonder if our boy Mike Toohey will be right.
Well, they're from, the toy runs from 5 o'clock at night till about 11.
Okay.
So
next 3 Fridays,
yes.
Get that going with the fire department and all the other good stuff. All right, that's plenty.
That's
of
it.
things.
That's all I got.
We're off next week,
Yes.
but we are now scheduled for the 19th.
Yes.
So
And
2
it'll be our
Thursdays
Christmas show.
from now, and then we'll do our Christmas show then. Is what we got going on right now, unless David talks us into going to some restaurant and barging in the doors and saying, hey, we're here to do a show. Feed us and give us drinks while we set up our cameras.
Hey, I'm up for that.
I want to mention some high school football before
Okay.
we get into the big football, just because some of the locals are in the States.
Right.
Weston knocked off. How about, so ATI, Abbott Immaculate.
Okay.
Immaculate had been dormant for years.
Yeah, it's
really
been
bad.
a very long time since they had done anything.
And they joined forces with Abbott Tech, and they went, I think, 9-1 on the season, made it into states. Class M, they did get knocked off by Weston badly, 49-6. But interesting, I thought that combination of Abbott Tech and Immaculate joining forces has allowed those two programs to put something together, because it was really embarrassing.
Well, they did that with hockey too.
Yeah, and it's good for the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, these schools just don't have the enrollment they used to have,
Right.
or whatever the case may be. And it's like, why should they suffer and not be able to play?
Right.
When it's just a matter of circumstance, really. So Weston moves on and plays, I believe, Simsbury, Simsbury, and then also in Class M, New Fairfield got knocked out 28-0 by Killingly. I'd never heard of Killingly before.
No, I haven't either.
They're the #1 seed in Class M. And the article I read said Killingly knows what to do this time of year. So I'm like, I've never even heard of them. So it's funny when you check this.
Today's Danbury paper was something about Newtown, right?
Well, Newtown makes their 4th semifinal since 2011. Knocked off Norwich Free Academy 35-0. Newtown is the #1 seed.
Right.
In Class L, but they have not made it even to a final, let alone win a title since '92. But they are the #1 seed, and Greenwich and Ridgefield have both got knocked out. They're playing with the big boys.
Oh yeah.
They come out of the SWC and they go up because they have a larger enrollment student body. So they end up playing against these bigger schools when they get to states, which is one of the reasons they haven't won.
Right.
But maybe this year ranked #1, we will see what happens. They get to play at home. Darien, maybe? I forget who they're playing. Or maybe they're playing Simsbury. I don't know. My notes are terrible. What can I tell you? But they are alive, and Weston is still alive. So
Right.
We'll see how that plays out for them. Just wanted to mention that. College football, the championship weekend is this weekend, with all the conference championships going down, the conferences that have championships. Not everybody does, which kind of screws up the whole polling and really jumbles things up. But the big games for the weekend, Ohio State, which is #1 against Wisconsin, who is #8. Ohio State beat Wisconsin earlier in the year pretty badly. LSU, #2 versus #4 Georgia. I never trust Georgia in this spot.
No.
They always seem to have a great team, and they somehow figure out a way to lose. Remember last year when they lost to Alabama, when Alabama's quarterback went down in the game, and they were
Right.
winning big in that game and still found a way to lose? But that would really mess things up. LSU has looked great. Ohio State has looked great. Clemson, of course, the defending champion, looking great too, but not getting the respect in the standings or the rankings because they play lesser competition apparently in the ACC. They get Virginia, who's ranked #23 at 9-3. And then outside the top 4, it's Utah, #5 versus #13 Oregon. Oregon lost like 2 weeks ago, I think. So
Yes.
they don't have a shot to get in, but Utah could, because, I mean, if Georgia loses, they're going to fall out and somebody's going to jump in. Will it be Utah or could it be Oklahoma at 6? who plays Baylor at 7. Baylor could come back in.
One thing though, when we get down toward the end of the year, right, and we start the bowl games.
There's too many bowl games.
That's one thing I was going to say. We used to have like 16 bowl games. Now we got like 32 or 40 bowl games, and for some of them, it's not even worth watching.
It's ridiculous. And when you turn them on, there's like nobody in the stands.
Right. There's nobody there. Why would any, like ESPN or anybody want to cover something like that?
I don't know, but somebody's getting paid because that's why they do it.
I know, but still, to me, that's just, you want to watch the top 25. You don't want to watch the top 50.
Right. But I don't. I mean, I have problems with college football in general because of the rankings and the way it goes.
Oh yeah, it just
favoritism and all that. Teams don't get a fair chance. But thankfully, we don't have to deal with Alabama because they lost that second game.
Right.
This time, Auburn, 48-45, the Egg Bowl, right? That was a classic. Some people say as good or if not better. Remember the kick six?
Yes, I do.
That was an unbelievable game when Auburn returned the failed field goal, caught it in the air in the end zone, back for the game-winning touchdown against Alabama. One of the most outrageous and unbelievable endings to a otherwise great game already, which was amazing. Also, one of the other great endings was Michigan State against Michigan. That wasn't in a game. It was a late season game. That Auburn, Alabama had more stakes to it, but that Michigan State-Michigan game had some pretty high stakes to it when they blocked the punt and they returned it for the game-winning touchdown. Michigan State did, and Michigan had a chance that year. Might have been Harbaugh's first year, one of his early years, right?
I think it will.
Michigan, speaking of which, got blown up again by Ohio State, 56-27. So that's college football. We'll see how it shakes out. We'll know who's playing in the Final Four after this weekend at least, and then it'll be like 6 weeks of meaningless bowl games.
Anything for college basketball?
Yeah, I'm going to do that after the NFL because UConn basketball is actually doing well. But let's do it right now. We'll do college basketball now. We missed out early action in college basketball. Kentucky was one of the first number ones, if not the first number one. They upset Evansville over Kentucky, and I specifically wanted to mention that because of, it's great to see them win, but they're coached by Walter McCarty, former Kentucky player, but also a former player for the Celtics, favorite of Tommy Heinsohn, who always used to proclaim, "I love Walter."
Yeah.
At some point during just about every game, McCarty was a fan favorite for sure, and they pull up the upset of Kentucky, and then Duke gets upset as well.
Yeah.
Stephen S. Austin. What'd they say? This was the first time an out-of-conference team beat Duke at Cameron Indoor Arena in 19 years?
Yeah.
So Stephen F. Austin, who is a team that makes the tournament regularly, March Madness, they probably win their conference, and that's usually how they get in. But they're no stranger to big games, and they went into Cameron and knocked off Duke, who was ranked number 1 as well. So some upsets: Louisville, Kansas, Maryland, Michigan, and Virginia are the top 5. So UConn, I thought they were already in the Big East, but they are not. What is that, next year that takes place?
Yes.
Because maybe the calendar year, it was already, the football team was still playing AAC.
They had a change in the, whatever they call it.
So I'm a little disappointed by that. So they are still in the AAC, who gets no love, because I looked at the top 25. I don't think I saw anybody. Maybe there was one of these teams in, but SMU, UConn's 6-2 to start. When we were here last, they knocked off Florida, and we were like, whoa, what's going on after that terrible defeat to St. Joe's. They did lose a double OT thriller, 75-74 against Xavier, but they've won their other games, including beating Miami. They got at MSG Tuesday night against Indiana, who's 8-0. But the competition in the AAC needs to get more respect, and it's going to be a tough year again because these teams are all out to fast starts. SMU 8-0, Memphis with Penny Hardaway at the helm already getting that program in trouble with the NCAA, 7-1. Tulane 7-1. Tulsa 7-1. Wichita State 6-1. Temple, who was down the last couple of years, at 6-1. Cincy is always tough, 6-2. UCF 5-2. So competition for UConn this year, still in the AAC. I just wish, and that's part of the college athletic problem, these conferences don't get the respect they need, and it's like, if you're not in a big conference, you don't get ranked, and it's ridiculous. All right, so NFL tonight, Cowboys at Bears.
And the Bears.
Well, I'll ask both of you guys. First off, Bob, I'll ask you, what's with your NFC East? And
It's a mess.
Mike, what do you have to say about the AFC East and the smackdown they're delivering to the NFC East?
I don't understand it. The NFC East are the only teams we can beat.
It's crazy.
Yeah, everybody else is.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Dolphins beat the Eagles this week, which really screws them up badly. They fall now to 5-7, but they're not out of it because that division is terrible.
Right.
Cowboys lost to the Patriots the week before last, and then followed that up with the loss to the Bills on Thanksgiving in the Leon Lett Bowl. So they're 6-6. Remember the snow?
Yes.
Leon Lett strikes again on the missed field goal.
Yeah.
Don't touch it, Leon.
It's.
And the Bills won that game because of that play.
That's right.
And they win again on Thanksgiving this year. Maybe the Bills should start getting more respect. But so the Jets 3-1 against the NFC East, lost to the Eagles.
Right.
The Dolphins now, I think, 2-1 with one more to go. I think they still got your Giants.
Yeah, I still got I think they're playing the Giants. It's either next week or the week after.
So they could easily go 3-1.
Yeah.
You would think.
That would be unbelievable.
Patriots 4-0. Bills, I mentioned already, 3-1. So 12-3. The AFC East is the much maligned AFC East, always ridiculed, against the NFC East.
Right.
The NFC East is always, every year, it's a team going 9-7 to win it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe 10-6, 11-5, rarely.
Right.
It's like, how many times is there actually a real good team coming out of the NFC East?
I know. It's very.
What do you think about your boy Eli back this weekend? Because
he's going to come back.
Danny Jones sent back to the locker.
Yeah, and see how long he lasts for this weekend. If he blows this one, then it might be his swan song.
Well, it could be good. I mean, you get the Eagles, who are desperate for a win. It's at home. It's Monday night.
Yeah.
A little primetime action. So, you know.
See if we end up with, maybe we'll end up with a tie or a race script.
The Eagles at 5-7 still could, because they get the Cowboys one more time.
Right.
So they could win out and win it. I'd love to see the Bears beat the Cowboys tonight and just really make a mockery out of that division.
That would make a real good mockery of.
So that's the game tonight, and the Bears are not totally out of it at 6-6, but they're in a pretty bad spot as well. And the Giants fall to 2-10. So here's something that you don't ever want to hear while driving on the New Jersey Turnpike, heading north towards MetLife Stadium.
What's that?
Howard Cross says, I've been involved with Giants games for about 30 years, and I don't think I've ever seen a snowstorm like this. And I'm like, great, it's exactly what I'm driving into. Freezing. By the time I got there, it was freezing rain. I didn't see any snow, but it was pretty ugly out there on the highway driving back from. Fortunately, traffic wasn't terrible.
How was it? How was it when you went down?
It was bad. Once I got through the toll, the run up to GW was bad. Getting to Connecticut was pretty bad, traffic-wise. But New Jersey Turnpike was.
How was the weather while you were out there?
The weather down south, I was in the Myrtle Beach area visiting my mom, was good. It was actually really nice, upper 60s. Yeah. Pretty comfortable. Cooled off the last day or two I was there, and then it was raining when I left, after I left, I guess.
Coming back home, was it when you started
I drove
getting
on
past
Saturday and Sunday, and it was raining a little bit Saturday. Traffic really wasn't terrible, though. I think people got out early because the weather was coming in. So that was somewhat fortunate, but Sunday I drove in rain and freezing rain the whole time. What?
Did you have problems coming through PA?
No, I did an end around, actually. I stayed on 95 and avoided the Memorial Bridge. Traffic was just terrible on 295. That was one spot that was bad. So I drove right by Lincoln State, the link there in Philadelphia, and I don't know, travelers out there, take this tip. I mean, traffic running through Delaware, if you stay on 95 and don't do 295, was a breeze. Nothing. Nobody was on that highway. The highway itself is in pretty disrepair in Delaware. I wouldn't recommend spending the night in any hotels in Maryland.
No, that might be
It's a bit of a Skid Row situation. That wasn't fun. But anyways, all right, we got sidetracked. Patriots, what's going on with my Patriots?
I know. Come on now. How'd you lose this weekend to Texas, of all teams?
Offense not good. And they got the Chiefs this weekend. So they could all of a sudden be faced with a do-or-die situation against the Bills for the division.
Yeah.
Because the Bills sitting at 9-3, Patriots at 10-2. Patriots now the 2 seed as the Ravens win that brutal, tough game in the weather against San Fran, who gave them everything they could handle.
Right. They
got the game-winning long kick in bad weather to win it 2017. So they have the tiebreaker. So they're both 10-2. So it's tight. I don't know. The Patriots offense really has problems right now. There's no two ways about it. They can't deny that at all. So the Patriots need to win this game against the Chiefs or else they're going to be in trouble because they still got the Bills one more time. And the Bills are actually, I think this game's at the Ravens. I was on the phone with my dad today. He was trying to convince me it was in Buffalo, but I'm pretty sure it's at Baltimore.
Well, I would say it probably would be in Baltimore because Buffalo got hammered with that snow.
Well, I mean, they don't affect the schedule.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, just to change it for... That snowstorm was brutal up there.
Did they give it a lot?
Oh yeah, they had like 2 feet of snow.
Well, and the Niners have now at 10-2, losing the tiebreaker. They play the Seahawks one more time, but they are now all of a sudden a 5 seed.
Right.
And the Vikings are the 6 seed at 8-4. New Orleans, our boy Tyler. Let's say hello to Tyler, who is here doing audio.
Yes.
And happy about the fact that his Saints are now all of a sudden the 1 seed.
Yeah.
I thought the Saints were the team that was in the most trouble of falling to 3 or 4 and being like, when they lost that Falcons game, I thought, and here we see them beating the Falcons on Thanksgiving. I thought that was going to do them a lot of damage with the tiebreakers and everything. But now, all of a sudden, they control pretty much their destiny, I suppose.
Hey, we're going to have to get him to bring a Saints jersey and pop it up
to bring
there.
Something. And let's see. So the Seahawks are at the Rams Sunday night. And is that correct? And the Niners are at the Saints, yes, on Sunday afternoon.
That should be a very good game.
So the Niners played that physical game in Baltimore. Are they going to feel effects of that 2 weeks in a row on the East Coast, basically? And the Rams still fighting for life.
5. Oh, excuse me. 5 minutes.
Trying to knock off the Seahawks at 7-5. Texans are holding firm, a game up on the Titans, who are playing pretty well right now. And the Steelers are the wild card in the AFC at 7-5. And the Bills are the other wild card. So there's a lot going on. The Raiders really crumbled after that loss to your Jets there, Mike, and then got crushed by the Chiefs. Chiefs quietly getting their act back together after the injury early to Mahomes.
Right.
So you got to watch out for the Chiefs. This could be a better scenario for them this year. Less hype.
Right.
Maybe. But they also will have to deal with a lesser seeding, which doesn't improve their playoff, home, getting to play at home or anything like that. Anything more to add for NFL? Where you only got about 5 minutes. Mike, you think your Jets? I mean, what happened in Cincinnati? They went to the jungle, and that was that.
I wonder what type of adjustments, he's thinking about making, because clearly they should have used Le'Veon Bell a lot more. They didn't, and I'm trying to figure out why. It's like, I don't know. It's like he knows what's wrong, or he should see what's wrong, but it doesn't translate to what he should be doing on the field. It's strange. It really is.
You really thought after they had here's a good one.
Yeah.
Fantasy playoffs start this weekend.
Right.
I've been one thing I've been searching for a defense. So I jokingly said thank you to my buddy the other weekend, Andy, big huge Jets fan, because I took the Raiders defense. I said thank you. I said you're welcome. I picked the Raiders, kiss of death. And he said, take the Jets defense. And we got the Bengals and the Dolphins coming up. I took the Jets defense last week. And kiss of death again. And now all of a sudden I'm
quick thing. I see the Phillies picked up Wheeler.
Yeah, so a couple of things with the baseball.
I know.
Phillies got Wheeler and Braves got Hamels.
Really did.
Yeah.
But NBA, let's get to that quick because we wrap up. Celtics now 15-5. They split with the Nets last week.
Yeah.
Kyrie, of course, missing in action, nowhere to be seen.
What else is new?
And, well, what else is new also is the team that he plays for is winning without him.
Yeah.
Much like the Celtics did when he sat the last 2 years. They were better than they were with him. And the Nets, same thing, off to a bad start while he was playing.
Right.
He gets hurt, he's out, and all of a sudden they're winning some games. So good for the Nets. Celtics, pretty good start, 15-5. They did beat the Knicks. Also, the one question I have about the schedule, though, why would anybody on earth want to go to a basketball game the day after Thanksgiving at 12:30 in the afternoon in Brooklyn?
Nobody.
I mean, give me a break.
It's because it's first of all, it's the worst day to go out.
It's Black Friday, and you're like, let's schedule a basketball game at 12:30 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Celtics didn't get the wake-up call. They lost that game. How about the Knicks getting crushed here by Antetokounmpo?
The bricks got banged up pretty good on that one.
Holy, 132-88?
Yeah.
Wow. And
we could have stayed home after a second.
They got to fire that coach.
Yeah.
How about the NHL? The Devils did fire their coach.
Yeah.
Is Lou Lamoriello there still? No,
yeah.
He's not, because
No,
he fires coaches left and right. What's with the uniforms? Oh, go back to some of those basketball uniforms. Yeah. Actually, David.
We got a minute left.
Because, I mean, did you see what was on the Nets jersey?
I don't know.
What did that say? I don't even know what it said on the jersey. Not that one, the other one. That says Brooklyn. That says Cream City. That's Milwaukee, I guess.
Yeah.
These alternate jerseys. Give me one more with the... Not that one. That says New York. That says UConn.
Yeah. Okay, the show's over.
Peachtree, there's Atlanta. Yeah. There's another Brooklyn one in there with the Celtics.
Hey,
Boston
we got what, 30 seconds left?
Oh, yeah, he can't find it for you.
We'll be back in 2 weeks for our Christmas show.
For our Christmas show.
And hopefully everything will go off. You know, hopefully my daughter will have some better news.
Yeah, good luck
tomorrow.
to her at the Nutcracker.
Tomorrow, yeah.
All right.
And Nutcracker
Credits are rolling.
Week.
We're out of here.
She's that dream of my desire. She's the one fueling the fire. I see her standing there wanting lust fills the air. I feel hesitant, but waiting just ain't part of my master plan.